Powered by Drama for Life.
Greetings, salutations, good evening, and welcome to another installment of the DFL Life Beats radio show, powered by Wits Drama for Life and the lovely folks from VOW FM, Voice of Wits. We are on your radio every Monday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. Lana at VOW FM 88.1. I am your host, Kamilisha Wapovana. Game, if you think you know me like that. Mr. Game, if you nasty. Got a very special edition of the show headed your way. Like I said, we're with you until 8 p.m. Let's get straight into the home of wholesomeness without any further ado.
We might not have all the answers, but we will always ask the questions. Join the conversation at LifeBeats881 on Twitter or LifeBeats Radio Show on Facebook.
Now, as I'm sure you've already heard by now, at the very least, mine is the only voice you're hearing. I'm usually here with Uste, the amazing producer of the show. He's unfortunately not with me tonight, won't be with me next week, Monday as well. He is currently in the Northern Cape on assignment for the Drama for Life Theatre Company. We'll get in touch and touch base with all of the wonderful things that he got up to over there in the Northern Cape. But while the cat is away, the mice will play. I think that's how the saying goes. And like I said, we're with you until 8 p.m. And I've got a very, very special edition of the show for you tonight, because this is a conversation I've been dying to have for so many months and years. And it is an absolute pleasure to be able to finally have this conversation. So if you are a frequenter of Braamfontein, or you're located either close to Braamfontein or in Braamfontein, and you frequent the night spots, the hangout spots, Zala e Braamfontein, then you should be familiar with all the wonderful things that happen at Kitchener's over the course of the week. On Mondays at Kitchener's, that is home to Onsessionlive, which is a wonderful platform that gives so many talented people, so many talented, undiscovered, untapped talent, a platform for them to showcase their talents, to share their music, to share their art, to share their craft. And this Onsessionlive is a platform that has existed for a very, very long time. My guest in studio at this time is going to unpack for us exactly how long they've been pushing this Onsessions hustle, the various iterations, the various stages of Onsessionlive that got to where we are at this time. And speaking of, I think it is a good time for me to welcome our guest at this time, the head curator of Onsessionlive, which makes its home at Kitchener's, among many other venues across the city of Johannesburg, every Monday evening at Kitchener's. UFazinator, and he joins me in studio as a guest. UFazinator, welcome to the DFL Life Beats radio show.
Yeah, man. Sabona mfethu khamba kanjani la?
No, kuyancengeka futhi kuwe.
All good, man.
Man,
I'm happy to be here, man.
Man, I'm so happy to have you. We're having this
You're
conversation.
actually the first guy that interviewed me.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
We had this conversation on air that I am the very first interview that UFazinator has had ever, or just in a very, very long time.
Ever, bro.
Ever. Wow.
Ever in Joburg, actually.
Ever in Joburg. I am the very first.
Shout out to you, bro.
I'm the very first stop you're making for an interview like Goal. You have honored me in ways that you can't even possibly imagine. Thank you so much.
That was 2014, eh?
2014, I think, is when we met, when we started chatting, when we started having these conversations about the various hustles. I mean, you yourself come a very, very long way. Because when I first met you, you were part of the bar staff at Kitchener's. And
before that, bro, I was a cleaner, you know. I started as a cleaner.
At Kitchener's?
At Kitchener's, yeah.
You started as a cleaner, worked your way to the bar staff, and then here we are now. You are the curator of the Onsessionlive event. It happens on a Monday at Kitchener's. It hits other venues over the course of the week, all across the city of Johannesburg. Talk to me about how you got started. Tell me about what inspired you to give birth to this space and the platform, where I'm a artist, young, upcoming, budding artists who wanna forge their own careers in this industry as musicians, as artists, as DJs. How did you go about uvuli platform yakona, and what was the inspiration behind that made you go, this is something I need to do?
Yeah, at first, dog, I'm an artist myself. You know, I'm a great artist. I know. You know, so with the tips that I used to get at Kitchener's, you know, as a bartender, I used to take myself to studio, pay for the studio, record music, and then there was a time which I feel good. My music is dope. I deserve a platform. I deserve to perform because I'm. And then but it wasn't easy to get a platform. I used to go with my brother, so via Sibo Matembisa, so where to you get there. Joe, like I'll perform. You come back home. You stress like, hey, is this thing gonna work? So I was like, okay, now I'm at Kitcheners, Braamfontein. I saw a lot of people like blowing up from their space. I'm like, okay, this thing is possible. It's possible to happen because the time I was the cleaner there, I had to come maybe on Tuesday. Hey, I saw these homies, the comedy,
sure.
And then I'm gonna go back home. I see these guys on TV. I'm like, they're in the same space where I am. Boys and Parks, I see Malum before they were famous. I was still like a cleaner. I'm like, these guys, they're in the same space where I am. When I go back home, I watch these guys on TV. I'm like, this thing is possible. Why naming struggle look totally platform waiting perform? And I was like, I remember me and my younger brother, KingSMS, one of the greatest actors.
Shout out to KingSMS.
Yeah, bro. So we're coming from a Tembisa. I think it was 4 a.m. as performing la para fit. Hey, kunzima kushubile. I'm like, hey boy, I think I must just do events. So that we can perform anytime when we want. So that's how the idea came about. Sure. And then I was like, no ways, I'm gonna start doing events. And then shout out to Gigi, man. He's a manager at Kitchens now. I started events with him because it's the first guy that I approached. I'm like, dog, I have this idea. I wanna do events. But I was like, maybe I can say I wasn't sure to start it alone, because most of something. So I was like, true. And then that's how the whole thing started. I wanted to perform, that's how like the whole thing started, and then build up, and then until I get the chance to host the Mondays, and then I was like, for this one, I just wanna make it like upcoming artist. This is the platform. Let's go. Yeah.
Where does that sort of rank as far as? Because I imagine, because I can hear in Jay Kuluma,
yeah.
Art yako, your own art, your own craft, is something you're very, very passionate about.
Yeah.
I can hear as Kuluma, you're very passionate about the music that you make, the art that you make.
Sure.
You talked about the various ways that you used to take all the tips that you make from working behind the bar,
and put it in
all
music,
of that goes towards the music.
Yeah.
I'm no stranger to that myself. I'm no stranger to the lengths you have to go to arm yourself with the skill to arm yourself with the kind of the body of work where you go, you don't just say, oh no, I'm a performer, platform without music to back it up.
Yeah.
So now that you get to a spot where you can open that opportunity up for other people, where would you say that ranks as far as a level of significance and importance to you, being in the position that you're in as a young person yourself, opening the platform for other young people?
I think it's very important for me first, before the artist. It's very important for me to make sure that I create something that everyone can have a chance. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter who you are, but as long as you're passionate and you show that you're hungry enough to deserve the stage, which means you must put a lot of work in your craft to show good, okay, I'm serious about this thing. You must work hard, and then even if I listen to the song, if you send me the song and I listen to the song, I must have that thing with, why shouldn't I put this guy on? Because I go to the social media, I can see this guy has been putting a lot of work, So something like that is very important, like us as artists, especially as me, because I told myself that I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to work for someone, whatever. I just want to do this full time. I even quitted my job because I was like, I want to do this full time. You understand? So it's very important to take your craft very seriously, so that other people, when they look at it, they're like, okay, untanga, maybe even if, because the other thing is like, it's not about the talent, it's like somehow it's not about the talent. That's how the industry is, or that's how life, not just the industry, but that's how the life is. If you work hard, if you work hard and you put a lot of work on what you're doing, bro, like, trust me, people, they're gonna like relate in what you're doing. Then it's okay, I'm an artist, because I love Migos, I just wanna be a trapper, and I'm gonna just sound like them. You know, it's a cool thing, you know. So I think you must put a lot of work in what you're doing.
Exactly.
So that's not so actually, yobo.
I start calling again because you just mentioned something very, very important, which ties in very, very nicely to Mbuzolona that I'm about to ask you. So when as an individual, when as yourself,
yes sir,
take me back to the moment where you realized, Wuti, being on stage, being a performer, making music is what you were put on this earth to do. I ask this because I get people asking me this all the time when they ask me, "Oh, Game, how did you become an actor? How did you become a DJ? When did you decide that this is what you wanted to do?" And I believe that every artist who is serious about Linda by Pushayo knows exactly can always, even if you don't remember certain things, every artist who's passionate about Linda by knows exactly when that idea first hit them. No, this is what I want to do. For me, it was when I was 8 years old. I accidentally walked into and I saw these people doing this thing, and I said, no, this is classroom. I'm exercise, we're acting. And I saw these people doing this thing, and I said, no, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. This looks amazing. This looks so cool. This is what I want to do. So for you, what was that moment? When did you decide that this is what you want to do with Bombakon?
I think bengisasentwana nami yabo. So mina ngumtshito kahle before ngiplomekas nani ngumtshito buye emakhaya yabo. Ngisasentwana ngikhule emakhaya. So my my older brother is also a musician. So he used to like record himself via radio cassettes and all of that. And then you're gonna come back at home with cassettes. So he shows us how to record yourself. So we used to take maybe cassettes akudala, and then we wanna do what my brother was doing. And then like okay, I can record myself. I can record in or like record music that is playing on radio, and then and then started like studying my lyrics. Studying my lyrics mostly quiet, and then you're gonna perform those songs alone, maybe you partying and whatnot, and then come with school. Me, I was like, dog, I never liked school. I'm sorry, but it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing, because they always find me like I'm a naughty kid. I don't listen, because I'm that guy that have his own ideas about things. I always have like my own ideas, and then I started like as in music, because I'm following the industry. Every time if there's a story, that time there was no WhatsApp, there was no like social media. Like we're not exposed like too much to social media. But my dad used to come with like a newspaper every day. Okay. So we'll read newspaper, and then I feel like as in I'm different from other people, and then I'll go through interviews, I'm a artist, and then I'll relate with them, and then I'll be like, actually these are the people that they think the way I think. I see the world different. So that's how the whole music thing and then like started, because manje bese ngifocus kakhulu ku entertainment ukuthi it's something that ukuthi noma ngabe ngiyakhawatheka ngezinye izinto, I'll just read that newspaper, and then ngibone le interview kaMangmang, I'm like, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Lovely.
So
Now, you mentioned Uguti, you realized a long time ago Uguti school was not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I mean, fair. I mean, I'm not one to judge anyone for the decisions that they make for their own lives. And I'm one of those people that recognize Uguti. There's a value as much as there's a value in education. There's also value in recognizing Uguti. Lana. I don't see a fulfillment. I don't see myself like you mentioned, Uguti, you don't see yourself working for anyone. You don't see yourself being or reporting to anyone or a boss or anything. You want to do it for yourself, which is all well and good. I completely support that. I completely embrace that. Now, when it comes to dealing with the young people that you deal with,
yes, sir,
who also have to navigate these these challenges of dealing with having to juggle iskela with their hustles in the arts, trying to hustle a slot to perform, trying to hustle a slot to display their craft, whether it's performance or whether they're hanging up their clothing racks, selling merchandise and whatever. How do you go about? Because I don't imagine you're telling these young people to drop out of school. You're not telling these people not to care about education.
Yes.
And I think that's a message for everyone listening, Wuti. It's not that we're encouraging people to not go to school. But we're also encouraging people to be honest with themselves. And if they see Wuti, they're struggling here, then be brave enough to make those decisions. Now, when it comes to dealing with the various young people who approach you, want to perform on your platform, how do you go about instilling la value to them? No, don't neglect your education. Don't ignore the significance and the importance of education. How do you go about having these conversations with them when it comes to making sure that they have their minds right and they have the right sort of focus and the right goals in mind with the things they want to achieve through performing on your platforms?
At first, I deal with artists differently because they're all different. They're different individuals. There's young people, like even younger than me, that they feel they know better. I know better than you. I know better. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to actually challenge them. You have to first try to understand them first. Okay, my king, this is how you understand things, wabo. So that's how I actually make it easy for myself and for them to work with them. You understand? Like I got a boy is very dedicated in the music. He push every day. Is in matric. You know what I mean? Like shout out to Lily Boy SA. He's pushing as a young man. You know what I mean? He's pushing his own thing. But I always tell him like school. Education can open a lot of doors for you first. You understand? This is a tool. Yabo. It's like me right now in Kulumizingis. Like I've learned that from the streets, and it wasn't easy for me. Understand? Because there's other people that they can't relate with you if you can't speak English. You understand? It makes your life difficult as an artist if you can't speak English. I have to say that. So I taught myself how to speak English and all of that at school. I finished matric, but you know what I mean. So it's something that I learned from the streets. So it's very important. Education is very important because you have to be educated. You have to understand the business side of things. You have to be able to read agreements before you even go to contracts. Like just read a simple email. If someone wanna work with you, you must be able to actually even write an agreement. Because okay, cool. Because that's how these people they rip us off. Because we actually don't understand when it's come to reading and whatnot. We all want to be in the studio. So education for me, I think is very important. I think if Nami I had a chance to have like a good education, maybe but if you have a chance to thola isigele esigrand and ugeleze grand, understand, that can be your advantage when you come to the industry, you come to music and whatnot. You already have that, understand, as it to lose la ukuthi mangena la, but I know ukuthi there's ayiko igama ozolisha that I'm not going to understand. So it's something like that. So I can encourage people to go to school, be educated, and also it's like now I started like reading. It opens your mind. Like because in the music industry, number one, you're dealing with a lot of there's a lot of fakeness, there's a lot of things going on, there's a politics and all of that. So you're dealing with like different minds and different people, and people that they think they know better, So I think education sometimes it calms you down. I come from a cast go rough. Abantu ukuthi umunye umuntu akanandaba nesikele never mhlambe ucede ka matric. The way in mindset yabe sebenza ngakhona is different from someone ukuthi okay lo muntu ubekezele wayesikele. Makacabanga ucabanga different, yabo. I'm not ukuthi I'm nyatsing amajita, I'm nyatsing someone that never went to school and all of that, but somehow, somewhere, education can like actually open your mind a lot, dog.
Absolutely, man. That's very, very important. Now we're with you until just before 8. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
I have so many questions that I'd like to throw your way. So many things I want to talk to you
Yes,
about.
sir.
But just before we take a little break, because I want to play some of your music as well.
Oh,
so, so I want to play some of your music. We're gonna get to that in a second. But just before we get there, as far as the process of taking in Lama submissions, because I imagine you get so many people hitting you up on your various channels via social media, or they contact you directly,
Yes,
and
sir.
they tell you they want to perform. They would like to perform their music
Yes, sir.
on one of your events. They'd like to utilize the platform Yako. What is the selection criteria that Laba Bantu need to be able to meet in order for them to get a chance?
Yeah.
Because I imagine you don't just give anyone the opportunity, and there has to be a certain list of criteria that they meet.
Yes,
so
sir.
for when I get as far as the process, Yako, what is this list of criteria, and what is it that these young budding individuals have to be able to meet in order for them to get a chance to perform with my event Wako?
Yeah, sure. At first, I work with a team. I don't work alone. I got my brother Slapstar Mutlakanyo originator. Shout out. He's the guy that's been like taking care of our emails, our social media as well. And I also got like my MCs that I work with. My artists, they also like reach out to them. Karabo Masimula, Chantal Thomas, KingSMS as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. What cardiac cardiac as well.
Shout out to Cardiac as well.
Yeah, shout out to Cardiac. Very brilliant. Like she's dope. So what we look for actually is like, first, just get your sound right. You must don't hesitate. There's people that they hesitate. Like you can find good someone is trying to do comb, but it's not comb. We're trying to do piano, but it's not piano. You understand? So we look at things like that, the quality of the music as well. Also your social media as well, because it's very important. Because I believe as an artist, when you come to any event, for the promoters to book you, you must add value to the event. So as he is on session, it's a jam session. It's actually like an open mic, But we make it as an event. We have posters, time slots every time, because we want artists to take themselves serious. Don't come to the show without a USB. You're coming with to the show with the phone. Come on, understand? Don't send me your music via WhatsApp. I'm giving you my email. Send me your music via email. Send me your profile. Understand? Send me, because now even if you don't have profile, because we have some profile, sometimes you need a graphic designer. You have to pay a graphic designer. You need a photographer. You need to pay a photographer. Send me your social media. Understand? Social media is like Facebook. Come on, something, because your social media can be your profile as an artist. Understand? But I want to see something good. See, you are an artist. I would imagine I go to your social media. Hey, I see you with coffees. Okay, cool, nice pictures. But there's nothing that shows that you're an artist. Yeah, well, to me, that thing is like, you're just doing it because for swag. You're trying to flex. Yeah, well,
trying to be cool.
You're trying to be cool. You know what I mean? With the move, you understand? So just those simple things, man. Even if at least you post, understand? Even if you don't have a profile, Gmail, like you have an email, but you can send me this. Because the thing with WhatsApp, I get a lot of people like sending me songs via WhatsApp. Unfortunately, I can't go through all of those like WhatsApp, because WhatsApp, there's groups, there's what. But if you send me an email, for sure, I'll check the email and I'll go through your stuff. So, professionalism,
Is that the sort of, I don't want to say the easiest, but I want to say one of the most practical ways to be able to tell okay, nangu muntu uthatha into zakhe serious versus nangu muntu uthatha ama chance. Nangu muntu who isn't who doesn't know or doesn't have an idea of the amount of work that they themselves
not even like serious about interyenzayo off the stage. How this guy's gonna be serious on stage if like it's not like putting any work outside. So it's like I'll be like, you're gonna come here, you're gonna have problems. Because there was a time when I was like, let's take everyone, like my saqala right, because nami nginalento ukuthi eish bangivalele nami because I didn't have things. So I'm like, yeah, woza mfethu. Someone is gonna hit me on Facebook, hey, do I wanna come and perform? Like, come. And then you find out someone come to the show, it doesn't have his music. Now that's gonna cost me because man delay. I have to go and ask for the laptop. Come on, you understand? I have to ask for the laptop, my USB, all of that, and then the show must go. So that's why it's like it's make my life easier, and it makes the MC that is part of the show that day easier. It makes everyone life's easier if you come and you're ready.
Absolutely.
Yes,
very,
sir.
very wonderful stuff. Amazing stuff here on the DFL Live Beats radio show. We're in studio with the head curator of Onsessionlive, Mr. UFazinator. The Onsessionlive happens every Monday evening at Kitchener's and other venues across the city of Johannesburg. Can you run through the various other venues where you more than likely host Onsessionlive apart from Kitchener's?
Onsessionlive, that's like Kitchener's for now.
Okay.
You know, it's a baby as a Kitchener's, but we on tour. Onsession build like a lot of events.
Sure.
We have plugged the city tour. We on tour. We've been working with like a lot of artists that are like
Sure.
So that is the tour that we are doing. The first one we launched at Vinyl Lifestyle, and then this week Kitchener's, we're still going to Soweto, we're going to First Loras, we're going to Springs, we're also going to Orange Farm. We also got an invite to a PTA, a Pretoria. We're going to do another one at KZN. I got another, because now we are getting invites. People, they want us to bring the vibe
to them.
You understand? So with the Plug the City tour, that's why we're like, as in, let's just do the tour. Let's start like visiting these classes and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Amazing stuff.
Yes,
stuff. He's not going anywhere. He's with us until just before 8 p.m. here on the DFL Live Beats Radio Show. But we are going to take our customary audio intervention in the form of a tune from our amazing guest. The song I'm about to give you is titled Celebration, and it's coming your way next.
Hey, DJ Maggie! It's the blood.
Still tuned to the DFL Live Beats radio show. We are on your radio every Monday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. on VOW FM Voice of Wits, brought to you by Wits Drama for Life and the lovely folks from Wits. That is Voice of Wits, VOW FM 88.1 FM. If you're in Joburg or surrounding areas, www.vowfm.co.za to stream us live from anywhere else. Got in studio our amazing guest, Mr. UFazinator, head curator of Onsessionlive, which currently makes its home at Kitchener's in Braamfontein every Monday evening. Now, we've had such an in-depth conversation
like that, but it's like us like actually preparing them to be ready. Because number one, I don't think there's anyone that can put money to someone that doesn't have a profile. Like, you only have music. Like, you don't even have a picture of you performing, you know. You don't have anything. Like, it's just the only music that you recorded. I don't think that's enough. Sure. That's why I'm like, I have to be strictly Nyana so that I can push them to have all these things. It's like when you graduate after events, they're still gonna ask for a CV. You understand? Or a profile. I don't know. I understand, but they're still gonna ask for something so that they can get like some sort of a recommendation. The person that we're gonna hire for this position is perfectly fit for this position. You know, you get what I'm saying? So for artists, it's very important you have like some sort of like a background. It's like I started like signing artists under my agency, Afrima Vision, KingHabanero, TOH, Star Cloudy, you know what I mean, Max Affiliation, TLB, you know, cause like when I saw those guys coming to the stage at first, I was like, these guys are dope. Sure. And then now I wanted to see what have you guys Benenzani all along. You understand?
the biggest problem that I've personally experienced, that I've personally seen from each generation lena sikuyo manje. With everything you mentioned cell phones just now.
Yes,
you mentioned social media. That's all part of each generation lena, where everything is happening so fast.
Quick.
Everything is happening so quick, and because everything is happening so quick, abantu who identify this as something that they want to do as a hustle that they want to push. Some of them might think to themselves, no, everything has to happen now. I'm racing against time. Everything has to happen now. They don't understand the value
process.
of the process. They don't understand the value of patience. They don't understand the value of effort and working hard and preparing yourself for those opportunities to come. To trust the process, to work hard, and really enjoy the fruits of their labor versus just wanting everything to happen manje. Wanting everything to happen quick. It must happen fast, must happen now. I don't have time to wait.
Okay, cool. Number one, for umntwana makazalwa, for umntwana ukuthi aqala ukuwalka, maybe kumthatha like couple of months or a year ukuthi akhona ukuwalka njengabo bonke abantwana. Number one. So for me, everything to be good at that thing that you're doing, it's gonna take you time for you to understand. Even if it's like being in a relationship, like understanding ukuthi mama makangitshela I must listen because she's older than me. It's gonna take you time to understand that. As a kid, mawkhula, understand. Well, as a kid, when mawkhula, maybe your mom shouted at you, you're gonna shout back because you don't understand ukuthi I must listen, she must talk because she knows in life more than me. So everything in life, it takes time. Understand? I didn't wake up and be UFazinator. Understand? It took me time to even understand and even understand good. Sometimes I have to humble myself if I want to get something. You understand? For me to get the interview with you, I have to humble myself to you first. That's me being patient with you and
understanding.
Understand? Sometimes you might be like, now umuntu ne-interest zakhe mfethu elifini, understand? Even the president of this country understand, everyone understand. So it's a matter of understand ukuthi I can do this. So I had to put a lot of work into it, you know what I mean? Like it took me years, I'm not gonna lie, it took me years, understand, to convince them that I can do this, like I can take the whole night, understand? So but if I wasn't patient enough, I wasn't gonna get that chance, understand, to do that, you know. So it's very important, Guti, and also just be patient with yourself, man. We know we want things now, things must happen now, but be patient with yourself, and also that's gonna help you to ukhulisa confidence yakho, because once you want things now and then isn't that they don't happen, that's gonna kill your confidence, and then you're gonna quit, you're gonna give up. But mawazi ukuthi for me ukuthi ngithole le nto lana ngibekezelele nyana, which means I can still bekezela, I'm going to get a bigger thing than what I have now, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And just again, like you raise all of these very, very, very important things.
It's a very important thing because that thing, it also kills us, you know, because you're gonna have people that you think are your friends, and you think, these people they with me, but when shit hit the fan, you
pardon the language, but yes, I get you.
Sorry, yeah. When Masekshubile, so you won. You understand?
And you're the only one dealing with
you are the only one now
of these things.
You thought labantu laba bazongisupport, laba understandable and expectable ukuthi bakusupport. So for me, I would say it's very important ukuthi ube like to develop that character ukuthi even if I'm alone in this thing, because at the end of the day, maybe other people, they're gonna take this as my idea. They'll be like, why we have to support his idea? Because it's his idea. Understand? So you must be a very like strong person and have that strong character. You can be like, even if I'm alone, I will go. Even if I'm alone, but I will still go because I believe in this thing. But never ever take support like otherwise.
Sure.
People that are like, they showing the support, Joe, we don't like, we're not trying to benefit in what you're doing, we don't even care, you know what I mean, but we just support you because we see what you do and we love what you do. Never take it for granted. That is very important, because
absolutely, man,
there's few people that are gonna support you, you know. So it's very, I'm faced with like someone who likes my status or something that I understand that I post, or someone that's gonna come to my events, like personally coming to my events. I respect those people who Onsessionlive. You can follow me at UFazinator, Fazinator within you. It's UFazinator, UFazinator. Inbox me, let's talk. Unfortunately, I can't drop my numbers because I have a new phone, so I have a new number.
Understood.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you try, man. Try to talk to me, even if maybe you reach out. Cardiac, KingSMS, KingHabanero, Max, Affiliation, Slapstar, anyone in my team. Best life,